I mean, I can still do burnouts on 40s.
Damn.
And that's why we break rear ends.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That's probably why that tire fell off.
Yeah. My name's Thor Gren, and I'm on Shop Talk with bdiamondleather.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
What is this monster?
This right here, this is the 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐻. It is 1986 Toyota 4Runner on 1 ton, so it's a Dodge Kingpin D60 in the front here, GM 14 bolt in the back. We got a Mercedes OM617 5-cylinder diesel power in it.
Oh, that's pretty rad.
Right? That's different, huh?
Yeah. No, that's way different.
That's why all this is all cut out and kind of jalopied together, but we're going to worry about that after we get it running.
Why'd you guys decide to go with a 5-cylinder diesel?
So the guy who owns it, Matt, he found it like this.
Okay.
And then we went and tried to will it and realized it was a Toyota, and Toyotas aren't very willable.
Correct.
Pretty sad. And he decided that he wanted me to make it do off-road stuff, so
here it is?
yeah, here it is.
And what size tires are these? He looks huge.
These are 42s.
Good hell. Yeah, those are huge. That's past my waist. That's to my love handle. So what's the, I mean, obviously you have a lot done. Like I see shock towers, you have,
Right.
you know, it looks like reinforced
Yeah.
leaf spring perches.
Well, and like to bring this into perspective, so this was an IFS truck when it started, right? So
Oh,
this is an
they
independent
are.
front.
Yeah, yeah.
So all of this whole shelf and like this extension, the shackles, everything to put the leaf springs in, I fabbed from scratch.
Oh, that's rad.
And then you can see all of the gusseting
Yep.
on the frame because
Yep.
Toyota frames are pretty junky. I'm gonna piss off Toyota guys so bad talking about this truck, but it makes fun interactions for me. It's okay. Yeah, like I mean, even the Pitman arm I had to build from scratch on that. In the front.
No, it looks like a bunch of, I mean, really beefed up stuff.
Yeah.
It even looks like, did you plate in the frame too?
Yeah, on the Toyotas you have to.
Okay.
And that's, right, so those are Jeep Cherokee front leaves.
Jeep Cherokee stuff on a Toyota.
Well, yeah, you got to put Jeep stuff on a Toyota to make it do Jeep things.
That's true. That is true. And this thing has a ton of ground clearance.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, enough to store quite a bit under it. It's cool for being in the shop.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great one that never runs. But you can see, like, it's got the twin transfer cases in it.
Yep.
And so that's the only part of the Toyota drivetrain left. It's a W56 transmission and then twin RF1A cases.
Now, I was told you have some pretty interesting shift knobs for those twin cases.
I thought they turned out pretty sweet. Bunch of doll heads.
Now that's rad. I
Yeah.
don't care who you are. If you don't like that, there's something wrong with you.
Underneath there, these are Deaver leaf springs out of a Chevy. So they're the 63-inch long springs.
That is a long spring, actually, huh?
Yeah, and they're soft. Like,
Huh. Did you
get
make
the
those
wheelbase
shackles
we
too, or
wanted.
those are company shackles?
I did build these shackles.
That's rad.
And they got the 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐤𝐿 on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can't, probably got the idea. This is a little bit Mad Max themed here.
I love it.
I've been in this one for 12 years, so
Okay.
the vast majority of my adult life now. 620,000 miles of
Holy crap.
breaking it and putting it back together. So it's not really anywhere near an original truck.
Yeah.
Most of it's been replaced multiple times, but
Huh.
you know, here it is.
No, I dig it.
Yeah, 7.3 diesel in it. It's got Kingpin 60 axle in the front too, being F350.
Yeah. We got some low back buckets in there, and
Yeah. Yeah, my back needed something.
now you said the 42s go on this?
Yep.
Damn. What size are these?
These are 39.5s.
And the 42s fit, or you're gonna make them fit?
Oh, we just make them fit.
Hell yeah.
Actually, these don't even really fit in the rear yet.
Yeah.
But when I went to fetch it, this rear wheel actually isn't attached. It's just sitting on what's left of the spindle on this rear end.
Okay.
So this weekend, this wheel actually fell off,
Oh damn.
and we did a little bit of making the wheel fit a little bit better by
Yeah.
running the truck over the wheel. That's why this
Damn.
is all caved in here.
That sucks. It is what it is. Yeah.
There is a story with every dent in the truck.
Oh, I don't doubt that. This truck has seen some things, I guarantee.
Yeah, like 35 transfer cases. We're doing rear end number 4, engine number 2. And we've never replaced the axle housing in the front, but we've replaced the guts now, like twice through, not all at once, just
Yeah.
piecemeal, you know?
Yeah.
What's gonna break this time type of.
Apparently he's doing some shady stuff down here because we have digital defense surveillance literally facing his shop. That's a little
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. You know, alphabet boys want to know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, now, did this come stock with a 7.3?
Yeah, this is the IDI.
Okay.
So this is prior to the Power Stroke.
Yep.
So it came stock with the 7.3. It did not come stock with this turbo. This old school ATS 088 kit. I don't add a whole lot, but oh, this is my favorite car I've had in a long time. It's a 1981 Chrysler Imperial. So they made these guys for 3 years, and during that time they only made 13,000 of them.
Damn.
This one's at like 110,000 miles on it.
Okay.
Water pump shit the bed on the way here. So I have to fix that. But yeah, this is just the coolest free car I've ever had. My buddy, he does HVAC, and he was serving this old lady's house, and she said that she wanted to get rid of this, and that somebody could have it for free. So he gave me a call and
For
got me
free?
in contact with her. Yeah. So I drove up there with the flatbed, picked it up. You know, like it wouldn't crank over anything, battery was dead, so I
Yeah.
just towed it down here, put a battery in it, and it started up. And since then, I put a power steering pump, and now it needs a water pump. Added a stereo to it, and I just really like it.
Is there a light behind that or something?
Yeah, dude, this thing at night is so cool. And then it has the 𝐂𝐤𝐞𝐿𝐤𝐿 headlights.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with the LEDs on this. So yeah, this is
the shop?
this is where all the cool stuff happens, is this part of the space. We got the manual mill here. Like, if you get on my YouTube, you'll see a lot of the stuff I've built on this lately. This machine died right as I moved down here.
What is it?
That's my CNC mill. So this is what I use to build a whole bunch of fancy parts. And we're gonna get to building a lot more fancy parts with this too.
Hell yeah.
So,
Is it a easy fix or no?
easy as in I had to replace the entirety of the controller and servo motors.
Okay, so pretty easy is what you're saying then.
I'm only a few hundred hours into just thinking about it.
What got you into cars?
Dude, I was born into it.
Okay.
both my grandpas were really big into hot rodding.
Okay.
My dad's a hot rodder. I mean, even my mom was into it, right? She
Yeah.
liked Mustangs, so I was just born addicted and
Nice.
kept doing it.
Is your family from Utah?
Yes.
And then up here, northern Utah, like Ogden area-ish?
Yeah, so like my mom's side of the family is from Morgan,
Okay.
and then my dad's side of the family was like from Salt Lake and migrated to Morgan.
Okay. Is that how they met?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
rad. Well, how long ago would that have been when they met?
Dude, 70s, 80s.
Okay. There wasn't very many people in Morgan at that
No.
time, I'd assume.
No.
You know, Morgan's a little bit smaller of a town, even now.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the growth is insane, right? Like it's since I've been out of high school, it's quadrupled.
Damn. So you grew up in Morgan,
Yeah, off and on.
off and on?
Yeah, like I went to high school there after I got kicked out of Clearfield, and they kicked me out of Morgan too, and told me I had to go to the DATC. So
Well, that happens too. I might have been kicked out of a school or two. So what are you just into cars in general, or do you have like a specific style of car or genre of vehicles that you like?
I think so. Old stuff is where it's at.
Yeah.
I like 4x4 stuff, and I like old stuff.
Yep.
But like Freya out here, the big brown truck, that's had a long story, and then I've had that 74 F250 had quite the stories to it.
Well, why have you decided to keep Freya around for so long?
It outlived all the trucks that didn't live long enough to have any stories.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, well, let me ask you this, Thor. What are some of the things that make what are some of the things that make you happy in life?
Cars and trucks, I guess, right? Like,
Okay. Anything else besides cars and trucks, though?
I like my wife.
She's pretty all right.
Yeah, she treats me pretty good.
Well, that's you're winning right there, then.
Right? Just
Yeah.
this simple stuff, man. Like, I get to work on the things I want to do. For the most part, that makes me pretty happy. Being
Yeah.
able to machine and weld. Like, what it comes down to is happiness is kind of getting to do what you want to do. And
It
getting
is.
enough reward to keep doing it and not be too stressed out.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny too. So, I think happiness over time changes too, depending on your age.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I mean, I turned 50 this year,
Okay, yeah.
and happiness to me is a lot different nowadays than what happiness was to me even when I was getting ready to turn 40.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, I think life evolves somehow, and your brain evolves to where certain things, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, cars and bikes make me happy. That's like, I would say besides family, cars and bikes are a big, huge part of my happiness.
Right.
But my vision of happiness and what like wealth really is totally different now than it was in my past.
Yeah.
You know, because really wealth is, to me, happiness. Anyone can have money. I mean, literally, you could, these parts that you're wanting to make, that could be an idea that takes off and you're making millions of dollars.
Right.
But money doesn't equal happiness. Money helps,
Right.
you know, because then you
Well,
can get the things you want, but
you know, and I think that's kind of the thing about it, right? Is I think that we get in this habit, like at first we're just chasing enough money to get enough stability to not be so stressed out
yep,
that like we can work on being happy, right? So you have to like kind of purchase that right first.
Yeah.
And then once you get to that point, it's almost like, because like I've gotten there enough to like start contemplating this, right? Like I don't have gas money for 3 days straight ever.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened in years, but I still get down here and work, so.
yep, so that it doesn't happen,
Right. Like,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
If you've done it for 3 years straight and lived like that,
No, I get it.
your perspective changes,
It
right?
does.
So
Yeah.
once that perspective starts to change, you're kind of like, well, what do I want to do? What am I doing? What makes me happy? And for me, it's just showing up and being able to do it.
Yeah.
Like if I can wake up and I can try every day, dude, that's as good as I'm going to get.
Yeah.
And I may as well be pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Well, and I figure too, as long as you're actively trying to improve yourself or a craft or what you're doing, and you're better today than you were yesterday, I think that's winning as well.
Oh, dude, 100%.
You know?
The reality of it, though, too, is that, like, maybe the time chooses you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, your body might not be there for it as far as the fact that, like, you can't heal that fast. But, like, I know that I can go and work out. Like, I can prepare, and I have the self-discipline that I didn't have then.
Correct.
To go and actually, maybe actually pull it off. Like, if I win that. Because, like, I feel like, you know, that idea is going to come around. That's like, okay, this absolutely has to happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that I'm X amount of years old or whatever.
Yeah.
All that's going to matter is, okay, it takes this. Like, here's the list of shit that has to happen before I actually go and do it.
Yep.
And now I have the self-discipline to actually knock out that list.
To actually have it go through the whole list.
Yeah. Like, we could finally get to the end point of doing it, so.
That is true. That is very, very true. So you said you're 32.
Yeah.
So at 32 years old, what do you think you'd go back and tell your 9-year-old self?
Send it harder. Yeah.
In what ways? Elaborate on that for me.
Dude, I want to win bigger in every extreme sport I ever did.
Really?
Yeah. That's pretty much what I would have changed
Yeah.
as far as childhood goes.
Do you think that, did you ever get to like a sponsorship level or anything like that with anything you did?
Sort of.
Or do you think that would have pushed you to the next level going harder?
I think that it would have pushed me to the next level of just meeting more people and being able to stay more out of a day job. Because like I went into machining, and in Utah, that is poverty. Like no matter what you do.
That sucks. It's a skill though.
Yeah, it's a cool skill, and like I love machining. I loved it then. That's why I got into it. I love it today.
Yeah.
And anything to do with metalworking, I love.
Yep.
But I almost wish I would have sent it harder, like on the bikes and the dirt bikes and all of that stuff, just so I could have met, you know, people who were higher up, and I could have maybe found that way around to do something a little bit more before I got into doing this by myself, just because that would have made, like, in theory, maybe in some crazy off daydream way, that would have made life easier to just get to this point.
Yeah. No, and I honestly, I completely see that. So my skateboarding career, if I would have just stuck with it, I could have turned pro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know?
Right.
And so with that being said, that puts you down a different life path.
Right.
You know, but one of my problems in life is I get really good at something. A lot of the times I move on to a new hobby or a new thing to do. You know, and so it never leads me down to a path where I'm like a master at something.
Yeah.
I always really respect the Japanese culture because they do one thing until they completely master it, and usually by the time they master it, they just stick with that one thing for their whole lives.
Right.
Which can be boring, but at the same time, being a complete master at something, I think would be pretty rad. You know, like my leather working, I've been doing it 14 years now, and I'm getting to that level. There's still a lot of stuff to learn. I mean, I think even masters continue to learn things, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I hope that everybody, at least right now on the channel, I really am focusing local to my area, and it's the Ogden, Utah area. And so a lot of the people, we tend to, it's not a very big group of people that run in our circles, but everybody in it is super rad and has their own skill sets and stuff like that. And so you'll hear during shop talks that usually a lot of the names of people that have already been on, their names are being talked about or dropped or whatever. So you have to go back in and watch the video, and I'll tag a link in the description of Cam's shop talk video with me. But
Oh, you did do it with Cam?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yep, I've done one with Cam. It was a good one.
I'll have to come and check that out.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, you're, because now you own the green truck, the International, right?
Yeah, I own the green truck.
Yep. And so that was in the video.
Yeah. And like, okay, so it was cool. That thing's been in a lot of YouTube videos now too, because it's in one of the YouTubes I put out.
Oh, hell yeah. You have a fish tattoo on your arm.
Yeah.
Are you into fishing?
Yeah, I'm pretty big into bass fishing, muskie fishing.
Oh, nice.
I have a little bait company called Zero Baits.
So what is it? What's the Zero Baits?
I make fishing lures. I make all the
lures?
soft plastics.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I'm probably one of the only guys my size who actually like machines his own molds, builds all of his own tooling and stuff like that. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty big into fishing, dude.
Well, that's cool. Do you have an example?
Yeah.
Let's grab
Yeah,
it real quick.
Let me grab it. I'll
'Kay.
bring out some of the rods I built too.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 rods. Those are some of the molds I built.
That's pretty rad. So he machined these out.
Yeah, and that's what I do with the CNC mill when it's alive.
That's really cool.
Yeah, kind of
And
like
what are
those
these?
guys too.
Same thing?
Yeah, these ones. So that's the mold to what I call the flat foot. That's like a 4-inch swim bait.
Okay.
Then this is a 3.5-inch reaper.
Huh.
My wife's gonna bring out some of the baits.
And those ones.
Yeah, I like those big 10-inch curly tails.
Oh, that's really cool. And then you just add in the
all
the
the-
sparkle and all that?
Yeah, the glitter and the.
There's these are the ones. Another one that you designed and built, right? You built the Reaper.
Yeah.
So that's what's in this one? Or this?
That is what is in this small one here.
In that
Yep.
one.
That's that mold.
That is rad.
And then these are the best-selling ones. They're little bugs. This one pulls
Yeah, the
back,
Zero Baits.
actually.
See, that's still on the sprue, so you pull those off.
Oh, you pull these off of it? Okay.
Yeah.
They're little bugs.
Yeah, oh no, you don't have to pull it
Okay.
off. It's okay. I don't want to have
really
one
matter.
come up missing.
No.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
We've got hundreds of them. I just count 12 out and put them in the bag. I don't even care about that.
So actually I'd be helping you is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, does this glow in the dark? It looks like it's a
Yep.
glow in the dark.
Yeah, those are glow in the dark.
That's really rad. So each one of these you pluck off and it becomes the bait. And then he has like all different cool ones.
Right.
And this
there's-
is what the mold was about.
Yeah. So this was the last rod that I built with my mom before she passed away.
Okay.
This last fall. So this one, I'll probably keep this one forever.
Yeah. Was your mom a fisherwoman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fished a lot together.
Oh. Well, that's, it's part of the life cycle.
Right.
We can't get away from it. And that's the crappy part about it is we can't get away from it.
Dude, it happens. And, the thing about it is that, yeah, it's sad, but I got to have a lot of really, really good experiences with my mom. Like, we
Yeah.
fished a lot.
Yep.
She was really big into jewelry making.
Okay.
So she was always, really hand-skilled.
Yeah.
So we got to build quite a few fishing rods together. Like,
That's
this is
rad.
the nicest one that we ever got to build together. Actually, unfortunately, she passed away literally 2 days after we finished this. So she never got to fish it.
Yeah. Have you fished it yet?
Yeah.
How's
Yeah,
it
I've been
work?
able to fish it. Dude, it's awesome.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love it. So let me ask you this then, Thor. You're 32. You've had some life experiences under your belt.
A few.
Seems like a lot. What's something that you've taken away from the things you've been through?
I think that it's kind of pretty random, and you just got to work with what you got. There's so many different ways of explaining it that I don't really think that it matters the how.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of need to take the it and work with it. Because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't really matter how you explain it or what you use to communicate whatever essential version of bullshit you're doing.
Yeah.
It just matters that you kind of do it and use that to get your fulfillment. And as long as you do the work, you will get to where you need to go,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So just choose your version and then do that,
I dig that.
right?
That's
Because
true.
you get to choose what your problem is, and then you get to choose how you're going to solve it to some extent. I mean, there's a part of the problem you don't get to choose. And that everybody's version of that is different. But
It is.
I don't know that it matters that much. It doesn't matter who you are, whatever that part of the problem is, you're going to have to deal with it. So on that, I think the most important part is listen to different people. Like, don't write off people's problems. If they're telling you something's hard, they're probably right.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's a different version of hard than you're experiencing. And the hard part about listening to their hard is they may, from like an aesthetic, what you can see standpoint, they may have what you want, or they may have, in your opinion, a version of life that's easier, but like you don't know because you haven't experienced it. And if they're telling you that their hard is hard, they're probably right.
Yeah. And actually, I like that a lot. I had someone recently tell me that two people can go through the same exact thing,
Right.
a good situation or a bad situation, and their versions of it are going to be different. You know, you and I both might have had someone we care about. We might have known the same person, and they passed away, but it's going to be harder or different for each one of us than the other.
Dude, 100%.
So I dig that quite a bit. Well, we are unfortunately coming to the end of our Shop Talk segment, and this is when I do what I say is rolling out the red carpet for you. So anything you want to talk about, anything you want to bring up, anything you got going on, now's the time to bring it up. Forum's yours.
Dude. So, okay, you know what? We're just going to throw this out here. I actually haven't told anybody about this.
Okay.
But it's been stewing in my head
I dig this.
since, okay, so my friends and I, we went to the Funk and Dive on, Saturday night.
Okay.
And I don't know, for you guys who don't know, the Funk and Dive's a really cool bar here in Ogden.
Okay.
Really cool live vocal music, which I love.
Okay.
So, and this will be like me asking you, and then asking anybody else who sees this. I want to get a group of people together, and what I want to do is car show and vocal music.
That'd be rad.
Right?
Yeah.
Like vocal cars, vocal music, somehow here in Ogden.
Okay. I think that's doable.
I do too.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's
it'd be
doable.
sick.
Yeah.
And I think I can get some support to maybe do this here.
Okay.
That's kind of what I want to work on organizing that. So
I think that's a great idea.
if anybody has any input or
Yeah, leave comments below,
Let
or
us know.
or get a hold of him on his social medias that I'm posting down below in the comments.
yeah,
Well, with that being said, guys, want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go over to Thor's channel and watch some of his videos and hit that subscribe button. Well, anyways, guess what? It's the end of the video. Be the rad one of the week, and make sure to leave a comment, hit like and subscribe. And actually, one of the biggest things that you can do to help a YouTube channel, share a video with a friend or a family member, and put the word out there for us. That's the easiest and best way to help out a channel. But with that being said, I'm Byron. This is my man Thor. This is Shop Talk with bdiamondleather. Have a rad week, everybody.
enjoy. See you guys.
Everything that happens is motivational.
You know what it costs and what it is isn't what's become so important about them. Like, it's the experiences, right?
Yep.
Because like you get stuck into doing this and you can't really like get out.
Yeah. It's true.
You try, and it's the most depressing, miserable